Hi, welcome to Old Guys Gentlemen's Flex Fountain Pens. I'm never quite sure if I'm saying that grammatically right. It's Old Guys, that's me, Gentlemen, is it Gentlemen Flex Pens or Gentlemen's Flex Pens? I think it's Gentlemen's. So it's Old Guys Gentlemen's Flex Fountain Pens, episode number 80. I think I got that right. You think after 80 times I'd have it. What I'm going to be covering today is a Wahl Eversharp fountain pen. I'm not quite sure what the model of this is. I have two guesses, and it may be the same pen within the same guess. I think it's a Tempoint, which was one of the first pens that was made by Wahl when they bought the Boston Pen Company, who I think we're already making a pen like this. One of the signatures of the Boston Pen Company is this little hump right here on the lever. And so it also kind of looks like a what was called back then a BCHR, black chastened hard rubber. And what they mean by chastened is to make it a little bit more expensive, because this is just ebonite, or black hard rubber, excuse me. It has this kind of cool design on it, imprinted, and that is called the Grecian design. And I wonder if the cap was from a different pen, because it's the same design, but it's really hard to see. Actually, it's not quite the same, it's close. It's hard to tell because it's so faint. One of the unique things that Wahl added to this was the clip with this patented roller ball on here. But the thing that kind of throws me is the nib. The nib is a Wahl Eversharp 14K, but at the bottom it says flexible. Now, from the stuff I've looked at, Wahl did make flexible nibs for either the Tempoint or the BCHR 73, but I haven't been able to find any photographs and any ads that show the imprinted flexible on there. And yet, at some online stores, I did find a pen very similar to this with that nib with the flexible thing on it. So I don't know if at some point somebody put this here, but then what are the chances somebody would do that to two pens? I guess one guy could see that they did it and the other guy thought, well, I could do that too. I don't know. I guess what I'd like to think is that the customer who bought this pen was looking for a flexible nib, and since they had a big family of nibs to put on these things, he got a nib that said flexible on it. That's my story, and I'm going to stick with it. Okay, as far as dimensions go, capped, this pen is 5 1/8 inch long, so that's, I usually try not to go lower than about 5 inches on a capped pen. The posted length, well, I'm going to have to back up here to see all this. The posted length is very comfortable for me anyhow, 6 3/4 inch. Nice balance on this part of my hand. The unposted length is a little bit shorter than I like. It's not, but I can write with it like this. This is 4 7/8 inch. The barrel's 7/16. Wouldn't mind it being a little bit bigger diameter. The section diameter is 5/16, so I kind of wish that was a little bit more, because I've got all fingers touching on this thing. But the real star of this thing is the nib that they had the foresight to call flexible. So let's see. By the way, this is the pen ink I have in here, I believe, is Pelican 4001 dark green. So let's do a little writing here. Okay, so the pen writes a little wet, which is good because it flexes like a son of a gun. In fact, how much are we getting here? You have to write with a pretty light hand to get the nice thin line. Let's see for triple X. It's in between triple X and double X. How about sideways? No, I call that triple X. And how wide? I think we are wider than anything on here. Yeah. So I kind of wish this would go down further. I wonder if Richard Binder made this thing to kind of tell people with fountain pens don't flex more than triple broad. But this is probably between 4 and 5 B's. In fact, yeah, about 1.9. And the thinner line, it's a little bit harder to measure. It's probably about 0.2. That's a heck of a lot of flex going on. And it's nice and wet, so it keeps up with it. I like it. Nice and smooth. I would say this is somewhere between a full flex and a wet noodle. Yeah, I'm getting over 2 millimeters when I do that. Definitely, Mr. Wahl, you definitely have a flexible pen, just like the imprint says. So, I hope you got some value out of this. And until next time, thank you for watching.